In this tutorial, I'll show you how we can use ScanCAD to smooth the vectors in an image to make it suitable for CNC cutting. So when we talk about CNC smoothing, what we're effectively trying to achieve is the reduction of vector nodes in a vector image. So I have an example here. We have a vector image that I've just mocked up, and we can see if we select the elements, hopefully you can see that each of these elements here is formed of thousands upon thousands of individual vectors. You can see I've just dragged one out here. So these curves, and this is common with unsuitable CAD/CAM software, they'll create curves using thousands and thousands of these elements. Now, there's a few problems with that. One, your CNC machine is going to really struggle to follow all of these instructions, because what we're going to do is take this vector image, convert it to G-code or DXF, and that's effectively used as a cutting path by your CNC machine. So it knows that it's going to have to follow this bit to this bit to this bit to this bit, so on, and it's a real struggle for your CNC machine. The second problem is that if you don't have a fully optimized design with as few vectors as possible, it's going to look really ugly if you scale it up. So you can see again that this curved section here is formed of many vectors. If you were to scale that up, it wouldn't be curved. You'd have jagged shapes representing this. So again, that's a problem. Luckily, ScanCAD has CNC Smoothing, which is a tool to reduce the vectors, making it suitable for CNC cutting. So let me just hit undo first to undo that vector edit. What we could do as a demonstration is have a look at the number of vectors in this file. So we could go to the vector tab, choose file statistics, and we can see that within this file, there's actually 12,000 vector lines representing this image. And this is really common, again, with images created by kind of unsuitable CAD/CAM software. It's a very simple process to smooth an image for CNC. We go to the Convert Vector Image tool here. We choose the CNC Smoothing tab. And in here, we can edit the defaults if you want to. If you're not sure what you would need, then I recommend just going with the defaults. We have the ability to set the arc radius. You could choose either lines or polylines and so on. But we're just going to hit run. Now let's have a look at the result. So previously, when I highlighted this vector image in ScanCAD, we saw only red, but you can see now we're seeing a lot of pink. So when you highlight an image in ScanCAD, what it does is view the vectors by their type. So red represents vector lines and pink represents vector arcs. So what we see now is that those thousands of little vector lines, in many cases, have been converted into arcs. So let's click OK just to view this in the canvas. We'll hit the highlight button again. So again, ScanCAD has, where possible, reduced the vector elements to as few as possible whilst representing the original vector image. So we can see the head of this bird now is just one arc. And again, that's as few arcs as possible whilst following the original profile of the image. So this is a really good example of how we've significantly reduced the number of vectors and made this image suitable for CNC cutting. The final step is just to save out the file now. You could use the quick export button or go to File, Save as Vector. I'll go for quick export. And from here, you can see that we can save as G-code formats such as CNC, NC, TAP, or DXF and DWG. Select the one you want. I'll go for a CNC and we'll call this birds. Hit save. And then you'll see that you'll have CNC specific options here, such as the Z offset settings. If you're not sure what these mean, just choose the tooltips to find out and hit OK to generate your file. So you've now created your DXF, G-code or DWG file, which can be imported into your CNC software for cutting.